When Vacheron Constantin relaunched the legendary 222, the progenitor to the modern overseas, back in 2022 as part of their Revival Historiques collection, it was a cool launch tinged with disappointment. Not in the watch itself, the full gold model was an absolute beauty, but for the simple reason that it wasn't in steel. The original 222, launched for the brand's 222nd anniversary back in 1976, was part of that disruptive wave of sports models like the Royal Oak and Nautilus, with which it shared the impeccably finished Jaeger-LeCoultre caliber 920, that thrived in proving that steel could be just as prestigious as precious metal. Designed by German designer Jörg Hissek, who had previously served a 4-year stint at Rolex, the 222 was meant to be a sporty twist on Vacheron's early 20th century designs, complete with a then impressive 120-meter water resistance. While Hissek went on to design plenty more watches, like Vacheron's famous cuff watch in 1984 and his own horology label in 1999, the 222 didn't last as long. Despite its place in the pantheon of iconic watch designs, the watch stopped production just 7 years after it burst onto the scene, having built less than approximately 150 pieces in gold, 100 in bicolor, and 500 in the hugely covetable steel. It's not hard to see why you'd need to shell out anywhere between $50,000 and $100,000 for an original these days, depending on condition, of course. Don't worry though, because if an original is out of reach, Vacheron Constantin is turning 270 this year, and they're kicking off celebrations early with a revived Historiques 222 in steel. The reimagining of the original 222 Jumbo is paradoxically a diminutive 37mm across, the same dimensions as the previous full gold. It still has the same notched bezel, flat planes, and gloriously industrial feel, just in a more fitting metal. This go around though, the monochrome look is replaced with a deep blue dial for that classic steel blue colorway. The bracelet, however, is a thing of beauty. While it's stylistically similar to the 1976 version by Gay Frère, with its hexagonal midsections and phenomenally cool geometric style, the joints have been given an overhaul to help it sit more comfortably on the wrist, which it very much does. It might well be the best production bracelet of all the luxury sports watches. That's a bold claim, but I stand by it. Inside is the in-house caliber 24552, a svelte 3.8mm thin movement that's nonetheless beautifully finished, evidenced through the sapphire caseback, something the original 222 did not have. While the finishing is impressive, the specs aren't bad either, a 4Hz frequency with a 40-hour power reserve for a movement this slim. Now, it goes without saying that this is a prestige watch. Sure, it might be a steel sports piece, but this is still a Vacheron, and a legendary one at that. So the £30,800 price tag probably doesn't come as too much of a surprise. Still, there's no doubt this will be a serious grail watch for a lot of collectors out there, and compared with what you need to shell out for an original, that seems like a deal. At the very least, this might be the best possible start to 2025.